Very, very excited to be a part of the CDO IQ Summit. It's been a couple of days and I have learned a lot. So I want to kind of download my top 3 things and why I heard what I heard. So number 1, the leader of data and AI is increasingly becoming not just relevant, but also on demand. So what I mean by that is this AI thing is accelerating the adoption of data or highlighting the importance of data. Right? So that's number 1. If you're a data and AI leader, understand how to support your AI implementation, but also stick to your basics, data foundation, right? Number 2, context is king, context is queen, all right? So what that means is when AI, has to act a certain way, it requires data. We know that. But what's more important is it has to understand the context. Imagine 3 personas in the same organization, chief marketing officer, chief finance officer, chief information officer, asking, who are my customers? A CMO asks, who are my prospects? What campaign can I launch? A CFO asks, who are my paying customers? A CIO asks, in my systems, what is the final amount of golden records or master data of customer data set? So 3 different contexts, same question. The AI has to understand and act appropriately. Right? So that's number 2. Context is a very, very important thing. Number 3, data platforms. So yesterday we had a very interesting panel of 3 senior data leaders. And the goal of that panel was to talk about what the future of data platform looks like. So I did ask a very interesting question. And the question was, hey, look, every big technology vendor, be it Salesforce, Databricks, Snowflake, Microsoft, AWS, every one of these guys has a data platform on their own. So does it mean decentralized data platform is the future? And the answer consistently was, I don't think so. Centralized data platform with federated data governance and federated analytics, that's the key. The centralized data platform allows you to create a central data structure that AI can feed into. But at the same time, it also creates context of the enterprise data. So again, those are the 3 outputs that I've gained in the last couple of days. I will write some blog about it as well. But if y'all want to know more, DM me or send a LinkedIn invite. Thank you very much. We're here with Sanjay Reddy, the Chief Architect of Vanguard. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure here, Arvind.
All right, so just a quick one.
Yeah.
What are the top 3 things you have learned from the CDO Summit? Obviously, you've been here today as a speaker as well. Would love to know your thoughts.
Absolutely. The first and foremost, I think you probably saw in the whole conference, everything was all about AI context.
That's right.
Context is the king. Context is important. You got to capture context right from get-go. Don't leave that aside. That's the first thing I'd say.
Absolutely.
The second thing is don't do AI without data, proper data organization. I've seen people here saying, hey, I got to do AI, and they're measured based on how many AI apps, how many AI capabilities I'm able to do. But I'm saying, like, you have to spend time on your data.
Yeah.
If you don't have, and still listen, even today, garbage in, garbage out is relevant.
Absolutely.
So as long as you organize your data, your AI is going to get better, right?
Hey, can I add one thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing data for AI is really, really hard.
Yes.
Right? What used to be human intelligence is now moving to machine.
Exactly.
All right, I'm here with Leigh Felton. How are you?
I'm doing extremely well.
Yeah?
Yes.
How was the conference for you?
And that's why I'm doing extremely well. I mean, seriously, this was an amazing opportunity to really dive into conversations.
Yeah?
It's like I got the chance to geek out, to really geek out with people who are curious,
Okay.
who want to understand, but who also want to teach. And so that was pretty phenomenal.
Fantastic. Well, what are the things you like? Give me top 3 things that you loved about the conference.
Okay, so the top 3 things I loved about the conference. Number 1, I loved the networking opportunities. I mean, I've met people, so I've been in this, arena for a while, but I met people who come from the same, context, but from a completely different perspective. They are bringing new thoughts, new ideas, and allowing me, so, in an area where I think that I know, I was like, I have so much knowledge, so many years of experience and expertise, I'm being, enabled to think differently. So networking would be number 1. I would say number 2 is the opportunity. Okay. So I run a nonprofit foundation, and it's just one of those things where, as I think all nonprofits experience, you got to get out there and find money. I'm not a salesperson. I don't do business development. I can't go crowdsource to save my life. I just can't do it. Yes. but the opportunities literally have found me.
Wow. Can you tell me a little bit about your nonprofit? What do you do?
So my nonprofit is called AI for Job Security, and basically it's exactly that. I get people say, well, isn't that an oxymoron? Absolutely not. AI is the future. It's not going away. We're not putting it back in some, I don't think it's come from a Pandora's box, but let's say it came from a bottle. We're not putting it back in a bottle or anywhere else.
Yes.
It is the future.
Yes.
We should embrace it. But we should embrace it with an understanding of exactly what it is. So the AI for Job Security Foundation literally goes into communities, goes to universities, goes to organizations, and we help them understand, embrace, and become very AI fluent, as well as understanding the limitations of AI and understanding the genius that they bring to the platform.
Well, guys, if you're not following it, AI for Job Security is a up-and-coming nonprofit, and they're doing a fantastic job enabling organizations to understand the next generation of what that means. Future of work. You'll be hearing more from Lee.
Is the connection. So it is what I call the opportunity in governance to transition the regulations and governance of AI from being a tool to being an environment. And so a tool is something you pick up, you use, you determine where a hammer, you determine what nail you're going to hit, you determine how hard you're going to hit it.
So a tool is a specific purpose.
Tool has a purpose, and the user, the individual, the human remains in control. An environment, think about all of the things that an environment creates, orchestrates. And so things that are governed and regulated as environment, we have to put controls in place.
So it's the guardrails, it's an environment together. How does an environment survive and thrive? And how does a human take control over that?
Yes.
And build all these guardrails, procedures, policies, what have you.
Ahead of time, not after it's already harmful. It's proactive, not reactive. So I would say the three things I learned, obviously the networking, it is for the foundation, it's the opportunity. And number three, it's driving home and being able to share a shared understanding of AI, evolving from a tool to an environment and getting people on board so they can go out to their audiences, to their networks, and they can spread that word.
Well, if you're not following Lee Felton already, please do. She is a force of nature. So thank you very much, Lee.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm here with Olivia. Olivia, great to meet you. Thank you for being here. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I am the Chief Data Officer at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome. How did you like the conference so far?
This is my third time coming to CDO IQ, and I really love this conference because I find it is exactly the right size to meet people. And because all of the people are coming from an executive leadership role, or they have been chosen by Dr. Wang because they are smart.
I love that. Chosen.
Great conversations with whoever you sit down next to.
Well, if you were to summarize the top three takeaways and maybe even add a surprise in there, what would that be?
So I think this year, part of it is that it's about context. So it's been fascinating to watch during this AI era how every conference you go to, it feels like the conversation has moved on a little bit. So this year, it feels like it is really about how do we make sure our agents and our tools know enough to be reliable?
Absolutely.
I think that's one takeaway. I think there is still a huge theme of value. How do we get value? And my takeaway is that I think we're starting to really think about business process. And I think that's exciting because I think it's going to be ultimately that pairing of AI and humans, which is going to make a difference.
Yeah, makes sense. So context, value, and human in the loop?
Yep.
Are those the three takeaways?
Those are my three takeaways.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Olivia.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. She is a senior data and AI leader.
Glad to be here.
Thank you.
And to have this conversation in a data practitioner setup.
Absolutely. In less than 30 seconds, what do you do?
Bring data and bringing it in a timely manner to provide the right insight to the right people. So that's what my job is all about.
Fantastic. Well, let me ask you this. This conference has been all about data, right? What are the top three takeaways that at least you've learned, and maybe something that surprised you as well, right? What you didn't expect. What are those?
So I see this conference as giving me more than data visibility. This is a very close-knit community of data practitioners.
Yeah.
So there is a reason I come back to it every year. It is threefold actually. One is from the technology perspective, right? What is happening in terms of AI, agentic AI. There's a huge takeaway just to understand what is going on in that world and share that knowledge with the peers. From the technology perspective, that is a huge takeaway. And the second thing is a lot of times we are blindsided with the business aspect and the business impact, right? That is the second takeaway for me. I'm trying to get that, connecting the dots and always tying it back to what is the business of what we are doing, reinforcing that thought, right, for the data leaders.
Looking at your peers and seeing how they're thinking through it and kind of reinforcing that same mindset to you as well.
Right. Otherwise, you're like, it's a vertical thinking, right? So it expands that and it reiterates that and rejuvenates you to think from those terms because that's what matters in the end. And the third thing is definitely the community aspects of things. So you have somebody that you can reach out to get clarity, to get alignment. So that's the third takeaway.
Agree. So technology, business, community.
Community.
Yeah?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Really nice.
Thank you so much for coming.
Happy to be here.
Yeah. What do you think about the conference?
I thought it was good. I thought the weather has been amazing. I think probably we come here a lot of times to meet our data community and we leave with our data family. So it was wonderful.
It's really a pleasure meeting you. I just want to ask you a quick question.
Sure.
What are the top 3 things you learned and maybe something that surprised you as well in the conference?
Wow, top 3 things I learned. I think a lot of people come here thinking like they're behind or that, I'm not where I should be, right? And I think that when, hearing the sessions, I think a lot of people are still learning. And I think that it was great to hear that so many of the leaders that come with an item to teach us are also walking away with something that they learned.
Yeah,
And because I think, you present your papers and then you're I'm going to go to MIT CDO IQ and this, thing I want to teach. And I hear them walking away how much I learned. And I think that I felt that this time. I think I feel that every time. I think the other thing that's really been interesting is around the culture, right? I think a lot of organizations that have typically come here think it's about the technology, right? And some of the technology challenges. But I think what we've been hearing this year, maybe more than even the other years, is that, the culture, the people have become the biggest adoption challenge and support data versus just data. And maybe the third thing is probably just the evolution that we've seen of as leaders kind of taking on these new thought leadership. And, so many of the legacy, it's our 20th anniversary. So like myself, a lot of us are kind of getting to this stage where we're semi-retired, but still wanting to teach and learn.
Want to give back to the community.
Back to the community. And I think that, coming here and seeing everybody again, seeing people who are here in 2002 and then seeing people who this was their first time coming. And yet that part of it hasn't changed.
Fantastic. 3 things I want: knowledge sharing. Number 2, culture is one of the biggest barriers, as expected, when adopting AI. And number 3, people themselves, the CDOs are evolving, and there's a lot that they can offer. And there's a lot you can offer to us as well. So thank you for everything you've done so far. So I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
If you're here with the one and only Dr. Richard Wang, thank you so much for being in my show. Appreciate it. Dr. Wang, and energy is just outstanding. Incredible job with you and your too. So thank you for having us. How did you enjoy the plan?
For coming, exhausted.
I can understand. You're fighting throughout the year. It came out great. You've got a lot of friends in this community, so they've done outstanding job. Once again, thank you for creating this environment for us to be there, participate, have a peer-to-peer discussion as well.
Right? By myself, and I used to say the village is a nation, the basketball world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Next year, bigger, better, faster?
No.
No?
So I check to see on growth. Because it's very interesting. A company out of the go out there, and we're getting better and better now. So I think they will be fantastic. Continue, clause, endures. The first win is a dream shall never die.
Notice.
The last one, apply is the one for the next 20 years.
Absolutely. I wish you good luck, and I'm happy to be a part of the next one as well. Thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate you.